This match hinges on the collision of two opposing strategic mindsets, with each team betting their season on a completely different psychological approach. Sunrisers Hyderabad and the Chennai Super Kings represent the two furthest ends of the tactical spectrum in the T20 game. Hyderabad has built their entire operation around raw, immediate aggression. They thrive on high-intensity chaos, aiming to overwhelm their opponents from the very first delivery. In contrast, Chennai relies on deep experience and calculated patience. They're comfortable absorbing early hits while they wait for the opposition to overextend. Tonight acts as a live stress test to see which of these extreme philosophies will ultimately force the other to break. The conditions here at the Rajiv Gandhi International Cricket Stadium heavily favor the aggressor. The pitch is notoriously flat and fast, specifically engineered for high scoring. However, as the sun sets, dew begins to form on the grass, making the ball slick and difficult to control. This environmental shift turns the pre-match toss into a critical strategic advantage rather than a simple coin flip. Even before the first ball, Chennai's game plan is under pressure. They have lost Khaleel Ahmed for the entire season to a sudden injury. This diagram shows how Ahmed anchored Chennai's defensive rotation. His absence leaves their system fragmented, forcing inexperienced replacement bowlers into high-pressure roles they haven't yet mastered. To survive, Chennai must find a way to replicate Ahmed's battle-tested composure. They need to maintain their rhythm while facing an opponent that is built to exploit any sign of hesitation. Hyderabad's opening tactic is to bypass the traditional feeling-out period entirely, launching a full-scale attack from the first ball of the match. This chart tracks expected match momentum, and it shows why Hyderabad attacks so early. By creating a vertical spike in the run rate during the first 6 overs, they aim to bury their opponent early. But this strategy carries extreme risk. If the defense secures a wicket, the momentum trend plummets instantly, leaving them vulnerable. This places a heavy burden on the opening batsman. They must not only find the boundary, but also sustain that high-wire intensity without making a single mistake. For Hyderabad, total early domination is the only pathway to success they seem willing to accept. Once the initial power play ends, the chaos of the opening overs transitions into a more tactical chess match. This is where Hyderabad's young, fiery bowling attack comes into play. These players have recently demonstrated they can deliver high-quality spells even when the match is on the line. Now they face their most difficult test, bowling against Chennai's star-studded veteran middle order. It's a battle of temperaments. While the young bowlers search for a single over of brilliance to become heroes, the seasoned Chennai batsmen focus on absorbing the pressure and waiting for the right moment to strike. One mistake from Hyderabad's fearless youth is all the veterans need to irreversibly seize control of the game. If Hyderabad fails to secure a massive early lead, the match enters the final overs, a scenario where Chennai is traditionally at their strongest. This radar chart maps Chennai's doctrine in a chase. They treat the closing overs as a mathematical problem, precisely balancing the required run rate against their remaining resources until they reach a statistical strike zone. They use the opponent's growing desperation against them, remaining calm while the bowlers begin to miss their marks under the pressure of the closing overs. Chennai's entire philosophy is built to ensure they are the ones who own the ending of the match. Tactical analysis can only predict so much. In a live match, the result often comes down to isolated, high-pressure micro-moments. This level of pressure doesn't change who a player is. It simply reveals the strength of their underlying philosophy. On one side, Hyderabad attempts to incinerate the match with early fire. On the other, Chennai waits to... We are about to find out whether raw aggression or calculated experience is the superior approach.